Macmillan Audio presents Made to Kill by Adam Christopher. Read for you by Dan Bittner. Chapter 1. Tuesday. Just another beautiful morning in Hollywood, California. The sun came in through the window behind me. It was always sunny. It had been sunny for as long as I could remember, which currently was about 2 hours, 10 minutes, and a handful of seconds not worth mentioning. I sat at the table in the computer room. I was reading the daily news. Around me, Ada clicked, and her lights flashed, and her tapes spun. We were killing time while we waited for a job to come in. It was August 10th, 1965. I knew that was the date because it was printed across the top of the newspaper in a very convenient manner. There was a headline splashed all the way across the front page, and the article that went with it was all about a film called Red Lucky. That got my attention. Movies, even in this town, rarely merited such prime newspaper real estate. I was obliged, I felt, to keep reading just to see what all the hoopla was. "Listen to this," I said. Ada made a sound like she was putting out a cigarette in an ashtray that was in need of emptying, and then the sound was gone, if it had ever been there in the first place. "If it's about President Kennedy and his trip to Cuba, I'm not interested," she said. Her voice came from somewhere near the ceiling. I wasn't quite sure where exactly. I was sitting right inside of her. I frowned, or at least it felt like I did. I scanned the front page again and saw what she was talking about. A piece, relegated to the bottom half, that was a lot of hot puff about Kennedy's week-long visit to Havana and how well the negotiations were going to put some good old American-made nuclear missiles down there. Just in case. After reading it, I wasn't quite sure whether I was supposed to hang a Stars and Stripes out of the office window or not. Ada was right. When all was said and done, world affairs were a little beyond my interests, too. "So," I said, "do you want to hear about this cinematic marvel of the modern age or not?" "Sure, why not?" I found my place and I started reading. It was pretty interesting, actually. This was no ordinary movie. Red Lucky not only had an A-list cast assembled from across different studios, which I figured was quite something, given most studios seemed to be at each other's throats most of the time, with their actors tied up in exclusive contracts as tight as Ada's purse strings, but was going to be the first national film premiere. The picture beamed into theaters all over the country thanks to some new development in cinematic magic. The red carpet premiere was due to be held at Grauman's Chinese Theater this coming Friday, but regular folk could grab a ticket and popcorn and take up space in theaters in 20 cities stretching from here to New York. Seemed like a neat idea. I wondered if Ada could maybe give me the night off and I could go take a look. There were 3 other theaters in L.A. alone hosting the opening night beam-in. Couldn't hurt to ask, so that's what I did. "It's been quiet, Ada," I said. Then I stopped as I wondered if it really had been quiet, or whether that was just me not remembering being busy. But I'd started my query, so I decided to finish it. "And if it's quiet, I think I should be allowed to go to the movies. It's not like I need to be on call. We don't get much in the way of last-minute assassination requests." At this, Ada laughed, and for a moment I saw an older woman with big hair leaning back in a leather chair with her stocking feet up on a wooden desk and a cigarette burning toward the fingers of her right hand. And then it was gone, and I was back in the office, surrounded by a computer and miles of spinning magnetic tape. The image was just an echo. Something ephemeral inherited from Thornton.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?